Stay out of trouble, or there's gonna be trouble.
Looking to stay alive? Why take a
Buying
chance?
and selling fine jewelry here.
I have to wonder, what does the Dragonborn do once he's been summoned by the Great One? Got to thinking, maybe I'm the Dragonborn, and I just don't know.
So, can I interest you in anything today? Catchy, isn't it? In my youth, I was a fisherman. I had a beautiful ship named the Brawny Prawn. But the years have a way of creeping up on you. I ended up selling that ship to open this place. Seemed only fitting to name it after her. Well, changed it a bit, I suppose. If I had been smarter, I would have kept my boat. Coming to this city was a big mistake. The question is, what isn't wrong with Riften? This city's corrupt, rotten to the core. No one cares about anything except themselves, and how much coin they can make off the misery of others. Authorities, have you been listening to what I said? They're all dirty, every one of them. The only way to get things done in this city is to keep your head down and pay off the right people. What? Oh, it's one of you people. So Brynjolf doesn't even bother to show up himself anymore, eh? What's this message? Petty threats and fist-waving are not going to sway me. You people are all talk, and everyone knows it. You demand payment for protection, and you can't even protect yourselves. Don't fool yourself. It's only a matter of time before you people are run out of Riften. Likewise. Now I have a lot to do, so I'm afraid you'll just have to leave. I can't pay! I can't!
Just pay them, Bercy.
Please, I don't have anything to pay you with. Don't destroy my urn!
Just pay them, Bercy.
Stop! That's priceless!
Oh my word.
Watch what you're doing. No! That urn was priceless! All right, I get it. I'll pay on time from now on. Just don't smash anything else. Here, take your gold, and leave me in peace.
Keep giving and giving, Bercy, and they'll keep taking and taking. When is it gonna end?
What would you have me do, woman? Cross the guild? Take them all on one by one?
You know I don't mean that. We need to find a way out of this. Perhaps talk to Layla. My husband Bercy will be the death of me. He spends too much time worrying about Riften and not enough about...
If it's a bed you need, talk to Kirava in the inn. The Thieves Guild used to run this city. Now they're nothing
If you're
but
looking for a
dragons and
room,
bullets,
try the Bee and
rotting
Barb.
to death
This
down
place
in
is
their
for the
rat
working
den.
man. Of course not.
You expect me to...
Wujeeta,
Of course not.
need to stop
You expect me to take care of it by myself? My niece Svana helps me with the chores. She'd be more help if she kept her head out of the clouds. She's been with me ever since her parents were killed by bandits and she was dropped in my lap.
Whoever's selling it to you should be brought to justice.
This heap of matchsticks is what everyone calls Helga's bunkhouse. Can you stay here? No. The bunkhouse is for the working man, not some sort of luxury inn for tourists.
You promised me you'd pay me back yesterday.
What does he want now? I already explained to him that you can't get blood from a stone.
If you'd stop
Look,
wasting your
I can't
coin
make
on
the
that
coin
skooma,
appear
you'd
out of
have
thin
enough
air.
gold to live on.
Please, be reasonable. I'll pay next month. And so have I. What's the point of paying anyway? Your outfit can't even fend for itself. I could do better tossing the gold into the sewer. You can't scare me with your tough talk. I'm not paying you people a single coin.
Relaxing? They must be working you to the bone. You should rest before you do yourself in.
Not to worry, dear Svana. I promise you I can
Please,
handle
don't take the statue. It's the only thing of value I have left. Not Lady Dibella. No! Please, I can't lose her! I get the message. Here, take your gold. I hope you choke on it.
So sad.
Don't worry about it, Svana. It's my problem. No need for you to get involved.
Sorry about the mess.
No,
Keeping
please.
this place clean is quite a chore.
Thank you.
Work? I suppose you can call it that. I call it slavery. I work my fingers to the bone keeping this disgusting place clean. Ever since my parents died and Helga took me in, it's been a nightmare. How was I to know she was such a wretched woman? So now I'm stuck living here, while those pigs she calls customers grope me and say the most awful things. It's not just the work, it's everything about her. She's disgusting. I think she takes her worship of Dibella a bit too seriously. Do you know she slept with 3 different men in the last month alone? What kind of woman would do such a thing? Just for once, I'd like to see her squirm, to rub her nose in it. Actually, there is, but I don't think I could get away with doing it. She'd kill me if she found out. You see, I happen to know, after she makes love, she gives her partner a token of her affection, called a Mark of Dibella. If you confront her with 3 of the marks, she'd be so embarrassed. Well, I don't know what she'd do. Oh, this is going to be great! You need to get the marks of Dibella from Boli, Hofgrir, and Indaren. Not sure how you're going to do that, but try your best. Then just confront Helga with them, and the rest works itself out. Try and get those marks without violence, please. I don't want to be responsible for their deaths.
trees.
Or yours.
They're beautiful here.
Can't you bother
Fall
me at my
forest
armor
makes
stand
me
in the
miss
market?
my childhood.
Or are you that desperate?
Playing
Working at the
among
Rift and
towering
Fishery is
trees
tough,
in Valenwood,
but it
living
puts
with
Any
my
luck
brother.
getting the marks from those men?
Please help me. I really need your help.
Svana,
I don't want to
at the
lose my
school
job at the
battlefield in
fishery.
Luva,
What am I
ready
going to
yet,
do?
or does she have more excuses?
My
She said
job
she'll
at the
have it
Riften
soon.
Fishery
She
is in
still has her
danger.
job at the meter
The
right
owner,
now, so
Boli,
she'll be able
said
to
that if
fish.
I show up for work in this condition one more time, then
All she
I'm
does with her
out.
money is spend it on that dark
I don't mean to do this to myself, but
Just
I
be
can't
patient,
help it.
Aunt. She'll
I
have it,
tried some
promise.
skooma a year ago, and ever since then, I can't stop.
Luva,
If you
promised
could
me
give
you'd
me a
pay back
healing
yesterday.
potion, I could cleanse this poison from my body and get back to my life. Your kindness will
Stop
never
wasting
be
your coin on
forgotten.
that skooma, you'd have enough gold to live
Here,
on.
take this. It's all I can offer you for what you've given me.
Sorry about the mess. Keeping
Did you
this
bring
place clean is
anything?
quite a chore.
The pain.
Hey,
I'm
Savannah.
not sure what it's
I hear
made
you like
from,
dark
but I
elves.
can tell you that once you've had a taste, you'll never crave anything else.
You're an
The
animal
Dunmer
type.
came up
Keep
with the
away
stuff a
from me.
long time ago. Very
Ah, so
illegal
my
and very
reputation
hard
as
to
a
come
lover
by.
precedes me.
I got mine off a merchant
You're
ship in
disgusting.
Solitude.
Don't
Worst
even think
mistake
about
I
a
ever made.
finger on me, or I'll cut off something you can't live without.
Boli is a good man. He pays us well and watches out for us. I used to work at the Blackbriar Meadery, but Indaren and I never saw eye to eye. That elf has no patience at all. It's probably for the best anyway. I'm far better at fishing than working in a meadery.
Without getting exhausted.
Any
It's not so
healing potion
terrible.
will do.
I actually find the
Please
work
hurry.
quite relaxing.
Relaxing? They must be working you to the bone. You should rest.
Look, I got the meth.
I presume you're bothering me for a good reason.
You want something or not? Look, everything was all just a misunderstanding. I didn't mean to tell Brynjolf to go jump off the pier. You'll tell him I'm sorry, yes? Take this. Every single coin I owe is there. I swear it.
Oh, come now. What's a...
You look like you could use a drink. What do you say to some cheap mead?
People are scared.
Yeah, what? Yes, sirrah.
Drink up, my boy. Drink to those who have fallen.
Maven Blackbriar wants me to keep the mead flowing, and that's what I aim to do, despite all these lazy good-for-nothings that work for us. Ever since I took over as a foreman, the production of our mead has never been more profitable. And if the meadery is profitable, I'll get rich. Get the picture?
Now do me the honor I deserve as your father.
You're crazy. How dare you make such an accusation?
Yes, father.
You aren't making any sense. Hand what over? If word gets around that I betted her, they'll lose all respect for me at the meadery.
Sorry.
Take the mark if you want it. It's not worth all this hassle anyway.
What's the matter? I thought you people were used to indentured servitude.
Well, that was it. Or I'm selling the best meat in town for
Did you get that purchase agreement to Markarth? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'd never sleep with anyone besides my good wife, Drifa. Hand what over. I have no idea what you're talking about. Or else what? You don't scare me. I should say so. Remember to give at the temple.
Talon, another round.
Sorry, I'm afraid I can't help you much right now.
Maybe you should head on home.
What do you say to some cheap mead?
It's you. Not here to rob me, are you?
Stay out of trouble, or there's gonna be trouble.
So, job's done and you even brought the gold. Best of all, you did it clean. I like that. Dumping bodies and keeping the guards quiet can be expensive. Well done. And it would seem I owe you something in return. Here you go. I think you'll find these quite useful. Judging from how well you've handled those shopkeepers, I'd say you've done more than simply prove yourself. We need people like you in our outfit. That's the spirit. Larceny's in your blood. The telltale sign of a practiced thief. I think you'll do more than just fit in around here. What's on your mind?
I don't want to.
We've run into a rough patch lately, but it's nothing to be concerned about. Tell you what, you keep making us coin, and I'll worry about everything else. Fair enough? Now, if there are no more questions, how about following me and I'll show you what we're all about?
After you talk to Brynjolf, sir, come back and see me.
Welcome to the cozy little family. I'm one of the lookouts for the guild. I watch Delvin's back.
Mercer, this is the one I was talking about. Our new recruit.
This better not be another waste of the guild's resources, Brynjolf. Before we continue, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. You play by the rules, you walk away rich. You break the rules and you lose your share. No debates, no discussions. What we say, when we say. Do I make myself clear? Good, then I think it's time we put your expertise to the test.
Wait a moment. You're not talking about Golden Glow, are you? Even our little Vex couldn't get in.
You claim this recruit possesses an aptitude for our line of work. So let her prove it. Golden Glow Estate is critically important to one of our largest clients. However, the owner has suddenly decided to take matters into his own hands and shut us out. He needs to be taught a lesson. Brynjolf will provide you with the details.
Mercer, aren't you forgetting something?
Since Brynjolf assures me you'll be nothing but a benefit to us, then you're in. Welcome to the Thieves Guild.
Welcome to the family, lass. I'm expecting you to make us a lot of coin, so don't disappoint me. Simple. Do as you're told and keep your blade clean. We can't turn a profit by killing. You should talk with Delvin Mallory and Vex. They know their way around this place, and they'll be able to kick some extra jobs your way. Oh, and talk to Tanelia in the Flagon. She'll set you up with your new armor. Golden Glow Estate is a bee farm. They raise the wretched little things for honey. It's owned by some smart-mouthed wood elf named Arengoth. We need you to teach him a lesson by burning down 3 of the estate's hives and clearing out the safe in the main house. The catch is that you can't burn the whole place to the ground. That important client Mercer mentioned would be furious if you did. The guild depends on an arrangement of influential people to keep things running smoothly. Without them at our backs, we'd be in serious trouble. Maven prefers that Arengoth remains alive, but if he tries to stop you from getting the job done, kill him. The guild has a lot riding on this. Don't make me look foolish by mucking it up. Golden Glow Estate brought in a mountain of gold for the guild. You could almost call it our sweetest deal. Then out of the clear blue, Arengoth stopped sending us our cut. Mercer was, well, angry to put it kindly. So we send in Vex and find out he's hired a bunch of mercenaries to guard the place. Aye. Arengoth sent the city guard packing and fortified the entire island. In fact, Vex barely made it out of there alive. You should talk to her about it before you go. They're built like small fortresses to resist the weather, but their one weakness is flame. Besides, nothing tells the people of Riften we mean business better than a huge column of smoke. I'll give you one good reason. Maven Blackbriar. Burn all the hives, and she'd have to import honey for Blackbriar meadery, which would cut into her profits. We had an arrangement with Maven. We kept an eye on Golden Glow Estate to make sure the honey kept flowing. If the workers had a dispute, we'd rough them up. If competitors tried to buy honey from Arengoth, we'd steal the shipments. In return, Maven allowed us to extort Arengoth and bring in a huge payout. Let me put it to you this way. Nothing happens in Riften without Maven's consent. One word from her, and you could spend the rest of the 4th era in prison. You watch yourself on that island. Those mercenaries don't take prisoners.
So you're the new recruit, huh? Well, looks like you and I are gonna have to get very well acquainted. I'm the fence down here. You come by anything you don't exactly own, and I'll pay you some coin for it. Minus a little slice for the guild, of course. I can also provide a few supplies useful to our trade now and again, for a small fee. Sure, how about I get Dirge to knock you over your head and dump you into the cistern? Look, I've been in this business a long time, and I've seen all types. You can play it tough, or you can play it smart. Whatever. At the end of the day, you'll find that all we care about down here is how much gold you can make us. Good. Then there isn't much more to say. Here's your armor. Just make sure you put it to good use. Well, you could always speak to Delvin or Vex if you're looking for extra work. Or if you're looking for training, we've got plenty of it down here. Delvin, Vex, Neroin, and Viper can give you a leg up on that. Take a look. Until next time.
Hey,
Before we begin, I want to make two things perfectly clear.
What are you
One, I'm the best infiltrator this rat hole of a guild's got. So if you think you're here to replace me, you're dead wrong. Before we begin, I want to make two things perfectly clear. One, I'm the best infiltrator this rat hole of a guild's got. So if you think you're here to replace me, you're dead wrong. And two, you follow my lead and do exactly as I say. No questions, no excuses. Then we understand each other. Good. Now, it's time to get your feet wet. And I don't want to waste a lot of time talking about anything but business. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. We're in a bad way down here. Who knows? Old Delvin thinks it's some kind of curse. I think he's crazy. If you want my opinion, I'd say it's just plain old bad luck. You can get out there and start making a name for us again. Make them start fearing us like they did long ago. And while you're at it, make a little bit of coin on the side. Not a bad deal, eh? Since I've seen one of those. What you've got there is a stone of Baron Zaya. Not like that, it isn't. The stone was pried off of Baron Zaya's ceremonial crown by a thief in order to cover his tracks. I think there were 24 in all. Most people keep them as a curiosity. Some of the guild members have tried to locate them over the years, but they haven't been successful. Well, until now. Look, I only buy things I can turn around quickly for a profit. And no one wants these stones unless they have the whole set. Tell you what, if you find the rest of them, talk to me again. Otherwise, keep it. Maybe it'll bring you luck. Yeah, I did. That wood elf's wit. He's a lot smarter than I expected. Can you believe that fetcher had more than tripled the guard? There must have been 8 of them in there. It was like he was daring us to come and get him. Well, there's an old sewer tunnel that dumps into the lake on the northwest side of the island. That's how I slipped in there. Should still be unguarded. Are you kidding me? Ever since the guild's luck turned sour, we haven't had a coin to our name.
And when the coin dried up, that's when people started to leave. We had the best of everything down here. The Ratway was a damn palace. The only way this place will ever return to its glory days is if we can finish these extra jobs and start the gold flowing again. The Flagon was once a city beneath the city. We had our own smith, our own alchemist, you name it. If we can make a name for ourselves in Skyrim once again, I can almost promise you those merchants would return. Best of all, we'd have enough gold to throw around so we could start living in the lap of luxury again. I handle the burglary, shell, sweep, and heist jobs. Most of them involve breaking and entering. If you don't like that kind of work, talk to Delvin. He runs the more up-close and personal jobs. Every now and again, we like to remind the shopkeepers that we're in charge. If that means breaking into their strong boxes and stealing something valuable from them, then so be it. Feel like doing a bit of shopping? The guild way? The last time I checked, gold coins aren't falling from the heavens. You better take some jobs if you want to earn your share.
Everyone knows about you and Brynjolf.
I have work if you've got more than you can handle. Pretty simple. Break into a house, grab a specific item, and get out before they realize what's going on. The catch is you can't kill anyone who lives there, or you forfeit the payment. You ready for some good old-fashioned burglary? You need to start pulling your own weight around here. Otherwise, I might forget to offer you any more jobs. I bet you are. Which one do you want? When a client needs us to eliminate another, we don't operate like the Dark Brotherhood. We find alternate means to get them out of the way. We send you to plant some phony evidence in the Mark's house and then tip off the town guard. The rest takes care of itself. Sound like you can handle it? Fine. I'll just keep all this coin for myself then. Ready for some work, or... I bet you are. Which one do you want? One of the quickest ways to make some coin in Skyrim is to clear out some of the wealthier homes of their valuables. If you're interested, I could point out a good place that could use a little house cleaning. What do you say? Fine. I'll just keep all this coin for myself then. Need a few spare septum? Good. We could use the coin. The owner of this place just inherited an heirloom from a relative. You want in? Fine. Here's everything you need to know.
All eyes are on you, lass.
Brynjolf, eh? Let me guess. He just plucked you off the street and dropped you into the thick of things without telling you which way is up. Am I right? See, that kind of attitude comes from someone who wants to get rich and stay alive long enough to enjoy it. We're gonna get along nicely. So, if you've got the nerve, I've got plenty of extra jobs to help get the guild back on its feet. Look around you. The Flagon, the guild, it's all falling apart. A few decades ago, this place was as busy as the Imperial City. Now, you'll be lucky if you don't trip over a skeever instead. Look, I know the others think I'm a bit daft for saying stuff like this, but I'm gonna give it you straight. Something out there is piss-drunk mad at us. I don't know who or what it is, but it's beyond just you and me. We've been cursed. I'll tell you what we do. We spit in that curse's face and turn things around down here. Put things back the way they were. That's where you come in. I've got plenty of work available that could guide us down the road to recovery. All you need to do is ask, and we can both come out of this smelling like a rose. Watch yourself out there. The mercenaries aren't off hire to train killers. Just ask our poor little Vex. I handle the fishing, numbers, and bedlam jobs. The ones with a more personal touch.
If breaking's more your thing, go talk to Vex. Most of the establishments in Skyrim keep their transactions recorded within business ledgers. Your job will be to change the numbers in those books so the shortfalls from our other jobs look legit. Feel like doing a bit of writing?
See, your wounds have healed, but your pride
Fine,
still needs some
but you're not getting any wealthier by weaseling out of everything I offer you.
It's more than just the rat way. We
Got
all
lots of
know it.
bloody
Question
good
is,
timing.
what's Mercer going to do about
There are all sorts of people wandering around carrying their valuables on their person, just waiting for someone like you to pick their pocket. So, you in for a little fishing? Too bad. Looks like I need to find someone else to take care of business. Good. My clients again. Sometimes we just like to remind the city that we mean business, so we hit 'em hard. Just steal whatever we can until we made an impression. Simple, right? Almost. The catch is, it doesn't count if anyone sees you take it. The message needs to be clear. We work in the shadows. Steal from anywhere in the hold, and you even get to keep everything you stole. So, you in? Finally, someone with backbone. Here you go.
So, you're Brynjolf's new protege, eh? Don't look like much to me. I don't know about the others, but I sure am glad to see a fresh face down here. The flagon used to be packed every night with the boys from the guild.
Pretty angry, actually.
But now,
Can't believe I botched the Golden Glow job.
last few
Should've been, like,
years
stealing
have
a
been
sweet
pretty
roll for a
bad.
baby.
I've almost closed this place up.
Wounds have healed, but your pride still needs some time.
Now that you mention it,
Brynjolf
there
really
is.
stinks around here. And it's
I
more
have a
just-
buyer
we
with,
all know it.
shall
The
we
question
say,
is,
a
what's
very
Mercer going
odd
to do
taste
about
in
it?
literature, looking for some particular books. I'm told they're the ravings of a madman, a wizard named Arundel, and his peculiar cravings. It's said to be spread across 4 volumes, and very hard to come by. My client is offering quite a reward for them, which I'd split with you. Then we have a deal. In his later years, Arundel moved into some ice caves known as
Picked up some new
Ingvild.
clients and did a few
He
jobs
preferred
on
the
my own,
solitude
but
in which to
not sure if that
perform
will
his
cover our expenses.
experiments.
You've always been the most reliable one in the guild.
Recently,
is Mercer
a woman
doing
was
about
found,
this mess? Have you
naked
even
and
talked to
shivering along the road to Dawnstar.
Mercer is being
The only
merciful.
information the guard could get
planned to
from
get
her
us
were
out of this
tales
room,
of
and he
strange
isn't sharing it with me.
experiments, and Arundel scribbling in his journals. Only rumors. He used to have a home in Dawnstar until they burned it down. The people say he was doing unspeakable experiments on reanimation. Rituals only a necromancer would perform. After he made for Ingvild, he was never heard from again. All right, then.
I need you to do me a favor, Dirge.
Sure, Todd. You know I'm good.
There's a new guard nosing around the meeting.
Wanted to say something to you.
Take my advice. Don't listen to that talk of the face sculptor down in the Ragged Flagon. Face butcher is more like it from what I've heard.
Hey, you're not supposed to be down here. Official business only. What are you doing down here? Oh, my mistake then. Sorry, you can go on ahead. Trouble?
Well, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? I've always got time for lovely ladies. Have you come to gawk at me, or is this a social call? Look, we all have our flaws. Mine is that women can't get enough of me. So I had this little affair going on while I was betrothed to a beautiful girl named Svidi. Well, she finds out and she tells her brother Wolfer that her brother attacks me with a knife. I mean, I had to defend myself. Exactly. And now I have to stare at these bars for 8 months. Can you believe it? I was about to let that wench marry into the richest family in Riften, and this is how she repays me. I'd do anything to have that whore's head on a platter. All I need to know is where she is. Ah, that's the spirit. Find her, and I promise you'll be well compensated. She was a young woman, buxom, with long, flowing black hair. She used to sing the most lovely songs to me when we were courting. Never heard a voice so beautiful. All that talent will go to waste when I'm finished with her. Yeah, Mother thought I should be taught a lesson for airing the family's dirty laundry in public. I mean, I've taken care of many people for her in the past. What in oblivion did she expect me to do? Ah, well. At least I have all the comforts of home during my stay. Well, except the touch of a woman, of course. Ah, and let me guess. He wants his horse. Well, that's going to be a bit of a problem. You see, I don't really outright own Frost. That is correct. You see, Frost belongs to the Blackbriar estate. Technically, everything in the estate is owned by my mother, Maven. My plan was to take the horse from our lodge and deliver it to Latrush at the stables. Obviously, that didn't exactly work out as I'd planned. Still, I don't want to cross Latrush. Tell you what, steal the horse and deliver it, and you can have the second half of the payment. Sure, take advantage of the guy in jail. Okay, fine, I can make the deal sweeter. I obviously don't have anything here, but there's a hidden stash in the lodge, and I did manage to hold on to the key. Take it.
There's an apothecary. Yeah, but it's down on the lower walkway, so stay sharp if you go down there. Everything all right?
If you're looking to settle in Riften, there's a house for sale, Honeyside. See the steward in the keep if you want it.
Trees. Beautiful here. Reminds me of autumn at home.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions.
You here for lessons, like Ingen? Or did you wish to buy something?
Well, the moisture in the air is better for the ingredients. It isn't every day that you get your hands on fresh nernroot or painted troll fat. It also makes it easier to gather water when the canal is right out the front door. Besides, I also prefer the quiet. I didn't open this business for browsing. Come in, buy what you need, and get out. Hardly. In fact, I don't know how I get anything done with all the distractions I have to put up with. My wife, Halfjorg, well, she's a necessary evil, I suppose. Not a lick of talent when it comes to alchemy, but she keeps me fed. Then there's Ingen Blackbriar, bright young thing and a worthy apprentice, when she isn't wasting my rare ingredients. Yes, goodbye.
Where's my head? I never even greeted you properly. I swear if I wasn't around, Elgrim would forget to eat his meals. How we make any coin at all is beyond me. In fact, I need to arrange for someone to pick up an ore sample for me in Shore's Stone. Goodness knows Elgrim won't lift a finger to do it. You would? Oh, that would be wonderful. Speak to Filnyar in Shore's Stone. He's got some sort of ore sample he wants us to identify and was willing to pay us well for it. When Elgrim said we were setting up shop down here, I told him he would catch his death. The dirt, the moisture, it's disgusting. Who wants to spend their life living like a skeever? But that old bellyacre just fed me some nonsense about light ruining his mixtures and being close to the water. Ah. I know how to mix a few basic potions, but I'm nowhere near as skilled as a master alchemist. I've picked up a few tricks by reading the tomes scattered all over the shop, but I don't have the knack to pull off half of the formulas. I wish Elgrim had spent more time tutoring me than that Ingen girl. Oh, no, I didn't mean it that way. Elgrim can barely put on his own shoes, let alone have the energy to pursue a young girl. He's been gushing about how talented Ingen is at alchemy. He'd never say it to her face. That's not his way. I just think Elgrim's taken it upon himself to mentor the young thing, so he focuses a lot of attention on her. Be careful. The road to Shore's Stone could be dangerous.
There's fine steel at the Scorched Hammer if you fancy a new blade.